Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Now if you're thinking about subscribing, now's the time to do it. Put it down the bottom there, say that you have subscribed and I'll respond to you, and I really appreciate your support. Hey, when you go out and buy an adventure bike, I suppose one of the first things you start thinking about doing is how you're going to kit it out. Now I'm pretty well finished with kitting out this bike, the Honda XL750. What have I got to go on it? Well, really, I only just need to do the seat cover, and I'm pretty well happy with that. Yeah, it's set to hit the road. I've done a couple of minor trips around the area, and a few little improvements I'm going to make on the suspension and that. But all that aside, today what I want to talk about is actually fitting your tools onto the bike. Now, if you're like me, you're coming from one bike onto another, and suddenly you've got to work out where you need to fit all these parts in. Now, years ago, you used to have adequate little pockets on the bike that you could shove things in and that, but as time has gone on with adventure bikes, the capacity, I suppose, for storing stuff under the seat and to the sides and stuff like that has got less and less as they've gone about fitting more and more into the bike. Now, you used to be able to shove things up under here and this area here, and sometimes you'd even, get something like that, a tool tube, put a tool tube on the side of the bike, fill it full of your tyre changing tools and the like. Maybe you put a top box on, like the one on the back here, fit your tools in there, but I'm not a big fan of carrying all your tools and that in boxes and the like. I like to actually fit it onto the bike. Now, once you've worked out what you need to carry, for me, it's first aid kit, which is usually in this box here, easy to access it, my GoPro equipment, and I suppose snacks and the like. Second to that will be my tools, which will go under the seat. And what sort of tools will I carry? Well, I suppose primary sort of tools will be your tyre changing tools, tube repair tools, tyre repair tools, and just some basic knick-knack sort of tools for undoing things like your, I suppose, your cowlings and the like, and getting onto your basic sort of repairs. I'm going to have things like zip ties, tape, all that sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do today is just keep it very simple. I'm going to rip the seat off and show you what I've actually done to this Honda. Well, I haven't really done anything to it. Well, what I have done is found little pockets where I can hide things away because it's pretty tight under there. So anyway, okay, so that's the seat off. First thing you can see is this little kit here. This is my tyre repair kit. So it's one-handed. Pull that apart. So what have I got in here? So jumper cables, tube patches. Yeah, let's drag some of this out. It's just going to be a little bit difficult, so I'm working one hand. Spare link, valve remover, the actual pump, and there's a few other little knickknacks in there. I'll just throw them down on the floor. So it's a standard sort of repair kit. Just connects up to the battery or to the cigarette lighter or something like that to pump the bike up. So beyond there, down the back here, I've got a roll of tape, just some PVC tape, that's all I need. Bunch of zip ties hidden in there. A couple of spanner sets, or I suppose Allen key sets. So this is the Multitool tools, which are suitable for, where are we? For these sort of things here, these Torx screws. That just slides in there. Allen keys. So these are the type of Allen keys that have got the rounder head, so they're a lot easier to use if you want to get in on angles and the like. So you don't have to be 100% perfectly in position to get them in. You can be on a little bit of an angle, so they give you a bit of, I suppose, free play there as well. So standard toolkit here to the right. You can see it's all easy accessible, just slides in and out. Set of wheel spanners with tyre removing spoons on the end. Now these wheel spanners here are the same size as the nuts on the front and the rear of the bike. So you've got your front and rear, and also your little 8mm spanner there to take the little caps off the front. Tools to remove your wheels. How stupid is that? It's just crazy. For something that would probably cost them 10 cents to buy from China and then to add to the kit, they don't. They just don't, and it's crazy. All right, put these aside. Down the side as well. Here, that's just the multi-tool. This is a king chrome. You get whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Very handy. It's probably one of the most handiest tools I've got on the bike because, besides fixing general things, you'll find a reason, remove wire from your back wheel. Yeah, knife, scissors, pliers, all that sort of great stuff that you will need one day if you're adventure bike riding. On the ground. At the side, throw them down, rough and ready. Here, this is a set of Motion Pro, I think they're called Bead Pro tyre levers, or Bead Buddy or something like that. I'll put a link down the bottom. Bead Pro, that's what they're called, sorry about that. Bead Pro, very handy tool. These are the lightweight ones, so these are the aluminium ones. They're very strong, fairly expensive for what they are. You can get a knockoff version of AliExpress now. I don't know how good they are. If you do have the knockoff version and you think they're happy, or you don't think they're happy, put some comments down below and tell me what you think of them. But these have changed quite a few tyres out in the field. I've never had to use them in anger on my bike yet, or any of my bikes, which has been pretty good. It's probably because I tend to run fairly good tyres, quality tyres, and tyres with plenty of tread on. I find a lot of bikes that get punches out in the field are generally bikes that have low tread or low quality tyres, so it's, a softer rubber and the like. So over here, this is probably the most important thing. Let's drag that out. That's just a bit of cloth there. This stuff here, this is real bonus sort of stuff here. Besides the obvious for cleaning and all that, if you stretch that out and you're riding in dusty conditions and you've got a clean cloth, that can act as a pre-filter. Back in the 80s and that, riding scramble bikes and up in the mountains and that, we used to throw them over the filter as a pre-filter. So we'd buy a roll of them, go out bush, throw it over the filter, wrap a rubber band around it, go riding the day, get back to camp, take it off, throw it in the fire, put a new one on. Not perfect, but geez, that's what we did before all these pre-filter stuff come along. So yep, more zip ties hidden everywhere. But what's in here? This is very important. That there is a full tube. So it's just tucked in there. It's actually firm, yet not loose. And since they're quite well, excuse me, I'm just losing my voice. I'm just going to take a swig of the beer. Good one. All right, so I've shoved the tube in there because when you get a tube, where have I got one? Have I got a tube around here somewhere? Got to have a tube somewhere. Where'd you go to? Alrighty, back to it. Sorry about that, folks. I just had to go away. Had to find the tube. I put it on the ground earlier on, and my dog Ruger decided to pick it up and walk away with it. He's got a habit of doing that. So this is a tube rolled up. So that's a 90 by 90 21 front tube. The big benefit about carrying a front tube, if you can't carry both tubes, is a front tube can get you out of trouble for the front, or you can slip it into the rear end as well until you can get to the point where you can get the proper size and replace it. So you'll find a lot of riders will only carry a front tube. Hey, if you've got the availability to carry both tubes, that's really good. Now this is a fairly heavy duty sort of tube here. I recommend that if you're going to sort of carry a tube on the bike, you want to save weight and all that sort of stuff, put a lightweight tube in, a normal standard tube in that. At the end of the day, it's just got to get you out of trouble, get you home or back to base until you can fix the tube itself, do a repair and get back on the track. So this tube here is exactly the same as that tube there. Obviously, it's not rolled up. So you're probably saying, how the hell do you get it out of there? It's easy. It just slides out. Right. It just comes in or out of there quite easy. You've just got to watch the little screws there. That's fine. Get in underneath them. That's not going to move. That's pretty good there. And if you're really concerned, get some of this cloth and put it in there. And that'll hold it securely. Now, obviously, if you're going to be changing tyres out in the field, you're probably going to be carrying stuff like maybe a bit of talcum powder or some dishwashing liquid or something like that to make the removal of the tyre a lot easier. And you've got these little spots here you can shove them into. As you're riding along, things will move. Where will they move to? Will it jam the seat up? Will it stop the seat from opening or closing and all that? And they're the sort of things I've been considering. Will it fall down through the gaps and end up on the track? I considered all that, and so far, so good. It holds very solid. So, if you've got any tips, let me know. Put them down at the bottom. Tell me what your thoughts are. I've still got a few more tools to go on this bike, but I will get there. It's nearly ready for the trip I've got coming up to Tasmania, and there'll be a few minor trips in between. Anyway, put your thoughts down the bottom. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you do subscribe, let me know down the bottom. Put a comment down the bottom so I can get back to you and thank you personally for subscribing.